you want to cultivate the yucca plant in your home? In this video from thedailyEco, we explain the care it needs. Pay attention and take notes. Types of yucca. There are about 50 different species of yucca, including species that grow forming rosettes at ground level, and others that grow forming tall trunks with rosettes at the tips. For example, among the low-growing yuccas are Yucca flaccida and Yucca filamentosa. Among those that form trunks are Yucca baccata, Yucca elata, and Yucca gloriosa. Additionally, there is a single species that grows epiphytically on trees, which is Yucca lacandonica. Temperature, light, and placement. Since they are desert plants, they require high temperatures to thrive, but they also tolerate well desert night temperatures that drop below zero. Therefore, species that can tolerate particular conditions can be found. For example, Yucca decipiens tolerates near freezing cold, but not damp cold. Yucca elephantypes will only tolerate very light cold, so it can be kept in tropical climates and Mediterranean climates where there are no frosts. On the other hand, Yucca filamentosa tolerates cold and is widely cultivated in Europe, the United States, and Great Britain. Likewise, there are species that require full light and others only light in the afternoons, like Yucca elephantypes. The latter can be kept indoors, always placed near a window. It is ideal to plant them where they will be permanently placed, whether we want them as parted yucca or in the garden. They are usually obtained as juveniles because they will adapt well to the new environment to which they are taken. Also, the roots are very expansive, so if we want to reduce the effects this could have on the garden, the option of keeping them in a pot will be very opportune. Soil for yucca. These plants grow well in sandy soils or on rocky slopes. That is why most yuccas prefer well-drained and poor soils, without much organic matter. For this, a succulent substrate mix can be prepared consisting of equal pots perlite and vermiculite. However, Yucca flaccida, Yucca filamentosa, and Yucca gloriosa are very tolerant of common garden soils, so a universal soil mix that we already have at home can be used. Typically, these are based on peat, worm humus, and vermiculite. But before we continue, let's put you to the test. Is yucca a succulent plant? A. Yes. B. No. C. It depends on the type. Think carefully because at the end of the video, you can check if you got it right. Yucca watering. This is easy since they are very drought-tolerant plants. When we first bring a juvenile yucca home, it is necessary to water it once a week so that it can survive its first summer and to promote the root system until it develops fully. Once mature and reaching a larger size, approximately ½ a meter, watering can be spaced to twice a month during the summer and less in winter. Therefore, outdoor yucca can be limited to rainwater. Yucca care in winter is reduced to reducing watering and protecting it in case of frost. To have a yucca indoors, you can use a water tray under the pot to facilitate watering, letting it take in as much as it needs. This method is known as immersion watering. Yucca pruning. Old leaves will accumulate around the trunk in those species that have them, but pruning is not recommended because these provide shade to the tissues. They can be removed, but it is important to watch that there are no burns on the trunk afterward to avoid further pruning in the future. As for yuccas that grow above ground, these can have their old, damaged, or diseased leaves removed to improve the plant's health and promote the growth of new leaves. Once they bloom and produce fruits, the floral stem should be cut. And going back to the question we asked you earlier, have you thought about it? The correct answer is A. Yucca is a succulent plant. Tell us, are you going to cultivate a yucca plant in your home? Until next time, ecologists.